Hi, and welcome back to the channel. Here we have a father that killed, well, actually, he was the husband and step. Okay, he killed himself, but before killing himself, he killed his wife and two of his stepkids. The third child was by him. He did no harm to that baby. But he took that baby and took them to a relative's house where he later went and committed suicide. I'm gonna let you listen to this audio right quick before I read the article.
St. Louis community shocked and saddened tonight by a man killing the mother of his baby along with two of her children. Tonight, he's also dead after kidnapping his daughter. I'm Corey Stark. Sam has the night off. That 1-year-old girl is now without her parents. And tonight, only on 4, a close friend of the victim is sharing with us the final days and text of Roseanne McCauley. Russell Kinsall is here. And Russell, she says the relationship was very abusive. Yes, it was. Those who knew her well called her Rosie. A friend believes that she was the last person to speak to Rosie alive.
She had a lot of people that just loved her because she was such a sweet person.
Stephanie St. John said her close friend Rosie McCullough called her auntie and, as a nickname, called Rosie her niece. She says Rosie was private about the abuse she suffered till 2 weeks ago.
He assaulted her like really badly.
Rosie McCullough posted about her injuries after being released from the hospital. She said, he was able to stop my chest and abdomen, so the bruising and swelling is really bad there. Her pain was so severe, she wrote that
Okay, it cut off right there. I'm going to read some of this article. St. Louis, Stephanie Street Johns said friends of Roseanne McCullough called her Rosie, and she was a very sweet girl, very intelligent person. According to police, McCullough was shot and killed by her estranged husband, Bobby McCullough, along with her 13-year-old son, Caden Johnson, and her 6-year-old daughter, Kaylee Brooks, late Thursday at the house in the 4800 block of Lockwood Trail Court. Police said Bobby, and let me show you Bobby. This is Bobby. Police said Bobby McCullough abducted their 1-year-old daughter from the home but later dropped her off at a relative's house before taking his own life at 9 a.m. Friday. St. John said he was increasingly concerned for her friend's safety over the last 2 weeks. Rosie posted on a Facebook page recently about being beaten so bad, by being about being beaten so bad recently by her husband that she was hospitalized. In the post, she wrote that he was able to stomp my chest and abdomen as the bruising and swelling is really bad there. She also wrote that she received morphine through an IV for pain. A week later, Bobby McCullough wrote on his wife's Facebook page, enjoying the show, more to come. St. John said, see that right there? I would have got him before he got me. St. John said she spoke to Rosie about 6:30 p.m. Thursday, but couldn't convince her to take the children and go somewhere else. So they made an agreement to check with each other every 2 hours. She said that I called her so many times that last night and didn't get a response. But St. John said she said around 10:30 p.m. sh- she received a text that wrote the wording. Well, this, of course, she was dead by then, and we know who sent this text. But it's the wording that was used was uncharacteristic of Rosie. And when she asked for it, Bobby was written in the responding text. There was no answer. Hey, Love Blake, welcome in. St. John said it wasn't until the next morning that she learned her friend Rosie and two of their children had been killed. For resources on how domestic violence victims can get help in the St. Louis area, please click this. And there's a link that I'm going to put in the bio of this video. But yeah, this guy here killed his wife, two of his stepkids. He did not bother their child. He took their child, took him to a family member's house, and later on got into a chase with the cops, and he shot himself. Now, this is his mother. She also went to jail. Of course, she helped. I guess she helped hide him out or something like that, or was withholding evidence, things that she knew she wasn't saying. Hi, the chairman. Welcome in. Good afternoon. So, so she was also locked up, and this was a very, very abusive case because she had. Well, actually, he filed for divorce, and then this was like 2 weeks later. He kills her. It didn't make sense. Under one of his photos says, this is an old file photo, shows Bobby McCullough, the third, 35, who was charged with 3 counts of first degree murder, 3 counts of kidnapping, 7 counts of armed criminal action, and 1 count of burglary. McCullough shot himself after shooting a woman and her 2 children on March 5th in North St. Louis County. Yeah, it's very messed up. I agree, Jeremy. I truly agree. And I don't get this grandma right here trying to hide her child out while all of this has taken place. That's crazy. This lady and babies were gone. But yet, like I said, he did not bother his baby, which was the 1 year old. The oldest one was, I think, 13. And that little girl right there, you see, she was, I think, 7. Love can be a very, very weird thing. Because if he had just asked for the divorce 2 weeks ago, why on earth would she still, I mean, would he still want to harm her? Just file for divorce and move on. But he chose to take her life and then cowardly took his own life. But they said it was a very, very abusive relationship. Friends have always tried to get her to get out, move, something's going to happen. It's only going to get worse, of course. She didn't, and this is what happened. And he had on steel toe boots when he was kicking and beating her. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? And what really got him caught is after he took his 1 year old, that sent off an Amber Alert for the 1 year old. But once they found out where the 1 year old was and got the 1 year old back into the custody of her mom, that's when the Amber Alert was cut off. Yep. I can't see. I know love is a tough thing, but why kill somebody that you love? I mean, now he's gone, she's gone. I guess he said if I can't have her, nobody will. So that was the case here. That was the case. Now, let's see. I'm gonna let you listen to a little bit of this article.
Homeowners
grieves over a North St. Louis County mother and her 2 children shot and killed in their own home. The suspect took his own life after kidnapping his 1-year-old child. Good evening, I'm Kay Quinn.
And I'm Casey Nolan. 5 on your side's Ryan Henson has been following this story all day. He is live in Clayton with a message from St. Louis County leaders. Ryan.
Well, Casey, I think it's pretty apparent when I say this. This case had absolutely no winners. It's heartbreaking the way it ended. And now county leaders are calling on you to protect family, friends, and loved ones from future dangerous situations.
This is a call to action for everyone.
A sad but necessary wake-up call for people to protect loved ones in violent situations.
I think it also takes a village to protect a child and protect family members.
Last night around 8:30, county officers called to the 4800 block of Lockwood Trail in North County after a neighbor reported a suspicious person in the area. After no signs of that person, police left, only to get a call 3 hours later about a shooting. Inside, 34-year-old Roseanne McCulley, 13-year-old Caden Johnson, 6-year-old Kaylee Brooks, all shot to death in the home, and a 1-year-old missing. An Amber Alert was issued immediately. Police say it didn't take long for them to realize that 35-year-old Bobby McCulley III, the victim's estranged husband, is a suspect. The child was found with a loved one around 3:30 in the morning in North St. Louis. The suspect found in the area as well, in a car where he killed himself as officers tried to make the arrest.
We need people to point their family members or their friends to the types of resources to get them help. Or if it's already crossed that line of violence, sometimes you got to do the uncomfortable thing, which is report it to law enforcement because, maybe it might strain that relationship, but it might save someone's life.
Police say McCulley had a history of run-ins with the law dating back to 2008. More recently, the alleged suspect and victim had a domestic dispute in 2017, but no charges were pressed.
This tragedy was not her fault by any stretch of the imagination.
The suspect had recently filed for divorce at the end of February, and police most recently were actively looking for him for a prior domestic incident. Sadly, they didn't find McCulley in time. New charges this evening. 55-year-old Michelle Clayton now charged with hindering the investigation of a felony. So police are still investigating this incident, but overall it seems to be wrapped up. And just from a big picture point of view, this further highlights rising cases of domestic violence.
And this is the family member that they're talking about.
I'm Ryan Henson, 5 on your side.
That's being charged, which is his mother. They haven't really said exactly what she did, but I don't know if that was her home where he took the child to, or did she mislead them on purpose? I'm not sure. But I said, just things like this are just sad, brokenhearted. Two families just torn apart. Just I just can't imagine. Okay, guys, if no one has any questions or anything, I will wrap this up, and I may be back with another one later on. All right, thank you guys for coming in. Thank you for listening and being a part. You could have been anywhere, but you chose to be here, and I appreciate that a lot, a lot. Okay, guys, y'all have a good day. We're going to continue to pray for these families, pray for strength, pray for health. That 1-year-old baby has to be raised by somebody. Pray for their strength, their health, which is the lady that's deceased. Her mom is actually who has the little girl. They took her back to her, gave it to her. So I pray for strength for her. Because that's like starting life all over again. Her kids are grown, but now she got to start all over again. Thank you, Love Blake. I appreciate that. I sure do. I'm glad you're doing good, girlie. I got to. Hey, Napa Child, I didn't see you had slid in it. All right. Now, I'll just brief it right quick since we've already been through it. This mom and her two oldest kids were shot to death by her husband, which was their stepfather, and which was this guy right here. When the last name is McCulley. Okay, Mr. McCulley then, after shooting them, took his 1-year-old baby, you see here, to a relative, where later on he shot and killed himself. Because when he took the 1-year-old, it sent out an Amber Alert. And so when they seen the car, they tried to track him down, tried to stop him. And he did, but when they did stop him, he took his own life. And this happened down in St. Louis. And his mom, the older lady, I had the picture up there. She tampered. I don't know if she helped cover. They didn't say specifically what she did, but I don't know if she helped cover it up for him, or held back some information that she knew, or tried to throw them off. But they locked her butt up too. That's what she get. Because I don't uphold my kids in wrong. This was totally wrong, no matter what. And this may be some of what's wrong with him. In January 2017, he filed a petition against a woman for child support and custody. He dismissed this petition February 2018. In May of 2017, the mother of one of his children, so he had outside children, wow, filed a child support petition against him. He was ordered to pay $509. Good Lord, for one child. Caden and Kaylee were students at the Hazelwood School District, and they, of course, released a statement. Five on Your Side is the name of the news report. This is a heartbreaking loss for our entire school district. Our sincere thoughts and sympathies are with you, family and friends and victims. The distance team, the district's team of counselors is working with each other and each other's community to make sure everyone struggling with grief receives the support that they need. Hey, SV, how you doing? Welcome in, welcome in. Yeah, guys, that was all I had with this one. That was a lot, though. That was a lot. Now, I don't want to do that one because if I do that one, all we can do is get the article and I can read it to you. But there's one more recent one there, and well, I didn't realize St. Louis crime rate was that high. 509 cheap. 509 is cheap for one child. I agree to that. Right, but that's your child. And when you see your child, you need to help her. Breaks that all of us. You right, Love Lake. Now that I agree. That I agree. We do. Our children can pull on our heartstrings and make us do silly things at some point. Oh, maybe he was there, and he could have been there, and she could have been trying to talk him into turning himself in. Who knows? But you will do things for your children that you wouldn't normally do. Your hurt breaks up all you see is your body's need, your baby needs. You. This is true. Because they didn't say exactly what she did, so, but they did arrest her. But you're right, because when it comes to our kids, and you know how it is with a mama and a boy and a daddy with a girl, you know how that is. We just like cotton when things like that happen. But she have to stop and think. He also killed 2 kids. But you know, always with these stories, we only get what they make public. We don't know the hindsight. The mama may not ever liked her from the beginning, or you know how things go. Everybody don't think rationally. They don't think the right way. Because sometimes you act on impulse and you move wrong. Sometimes you need to stop, think, pray. What should I do? I am a disciplinarian. I love saying no. Yeah, nothing. And you know what? And that's the thing I had a hard time at one point is saying no. But one SP, I guarantee you, I learned that word quickly, and now don't mind using it. No, that simple. But there were so many pictures. They just seemed so happy. They said they seemed so happy out at family gatherings or at friends gatherings. But they later on said that they started coming to like to the events or whatever, and he was kind of like controlling her, telling them what she could or couldn't do, things like that. That friend that you heard talking in that video, yeah, she said she's seen the change in them quickly. In fact, she stated, I tried to get her not to marry him." Well, obviously, she must knew something about it, or didn't, or she saw something that Miss McCully right here did not see. You know how it is when your heart is in it. You might not see what everybody else sees. Any other questions or comments? Or anybody want to come up and speak on it? You not talking today, 1SP? There's a link. If anybody want to grab it. If not, I will close out this session because I think I see another one I want to do right there in St. Louis. Thank you guys for coming in and listening to my news report. I hope you guys have a blessed day. And I will see y'all on the next video. Bye, guys.